Millionaire twins refused all meals prepared by all the maids until one poor maid with a dark history entered the kitchen. What ensued will leave you in awe. If you're new, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, let us know where you're watching from. It was a crazy Monday morning at the Nwoko mansion. David resembled a man fleeing from a burning house with a spatula in one hand and an egg-stained cloth in the other. The kitchen was in shambles. Smoke billowed from the toaster as 2 slices of bread turned into charcoal. The kettle howled like it had just seen a ghost. Scrambled eggs simmered on the stove like they were about to burst. David's shirt was stained with juice, and his one sock had mysteriously become adhered to the fridge. This wasn't a mansion this morning. It was a war zone, and David, the great big shot CEO of Nwoko Constructions, was definitely losing the war. "Guys, breakfast is ready in a minute," he yelled, sticking his head around the corner of the kitchen door, giving the impression of not having slept in 2 weeks. No response. Then, stomp, 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 the feet of the twins came thundering down the hall, and the fight started. "Let's wear pink today," said Amelia, his 7-year-old daughter, standing like a starlet in her pink skirt and matching sunglasses as if she were going to a red carpet premiere. "No, I'm not a girl. Let's wear blue." Her twin brother Aaron responded, clutching his blue tiche, like a banner of righteousness. "But we were wearing blue yesterday," Amelia snapped, her hands on her waist, her eyes flashing. "So let's wear blue again today." Aaron yelled dramatically, his arms waved wildly in the air. Amelia marched forward like a miniature soldier. "I'm your older sister. You ought to learn to obey me." Aaron jeered, tapping her forehead. "Older sister, eh? Only by 5 minutes. I'm the second man in this household after Daddy, so you have to listen to me." David moaned loudly from the kitchen. "Stop quarreling already, guys, and come sit down to eat breakfast. And for goodness sake, stop gnawing on the cables." He recalled with a chuckle at how Aaron once attempted to eat a USB cable to find out whether it tastes like anything. The twins walked over to the dinner table, still grumbling under their breath. David placed their plates before them like they were diamonds. Toast, eggs, juice, love. He stood tall, arms crossed, ready for praise. They ate 1 bite, and Bedlam returned. "Daddy, your cooking is worse than a 5-year-old's," announced Amelia, grasping her fork as if it had betrayed her. "Yes, Daddy, it's too salty and it's too hot," Aaron said, sticking out his tongue in distaste. David collapsed into the closest chair like a man who just battled a lion. "Really, let me try and see." He tasted the egg and grimaced. "Oops, sorry, guys. I was in such a rush so that you don't go late to school. But then again, we wouldn't be in this predicament if you didn't scare away all your nannies." He gestured at them with an air of drama. Aaron pushed his napkin aside and delivered his speech in an imitation of a judge on the bench. "Daddy, the nannies we employed do not realize that we are special. That's why we could not get along." David, one eyebrow arched in weariness. "Special? Who said you're special?" "You, Daddy." The twins chimed as one, beaming with self-satisfaction. "You tell us we are special every second of every day. You even this morning," Amelia replied, inhaling a bite of tiny toast like a princess. David let out a sigh and let go of his fork. "I know you guys are special, but you have to assist your dad sometimes. Don't make the next nanny quit, please. I'll attempt to get a better nanny this time around." The twins shrugged with a nonchalant air, as if they were doing him a personal favor. Next was the second ward. dressing up for school. David tore up and down the stairs 5 times searching for socks. He brushed Amelia's hair as she complained it was hurting her. He attempted to tie Aaron's shoelaces to have Aaron respond, "Daddy, Miss Peace didn't used to do it like that." David nearly screamed. Lunchboxes, school bags, water bottles, toothbrush emergency. One of them spilled juice on their school uniform and had to change once more. David looked as if he had just emerged from a construction site rather than going off to one when he dropped them at school. He shuffled into his office at 9:12 a.m. and collapsed into his chair like someone who had just finished running a marathon. Just as he leaned back to catch his breath, his secretary Sophia walked in with her iPad. "Sir, your 12 p.m. meeting has been rescheduled till next week. The clients had to rush to Abuja for a family emergency," she said, her tone crisp and professional. David didn't even pretend to be sad. He closed his eyes and whispered, "Thank God, because I'm exhausted already to sit through a meeting." Sophia arched an eyebrow. "Are you all right, sir? You look as if you had a fight with a tiger." David opened one eye and replied dryly, "Yes, I fought 2 tigers this morning." Sophia snorted and giggled. "Still no nanny. I need a new maid." David grumbled, massaging his eyes. "My kids are keeping me on my toes. Shall I get the maid's agency to send someone else?" "Don't use the agency," he instructed, sitting up. "I want someone level-headed. Someone good with children and able to instill some manners in them. Something they obviously need. Get me someone excellent and reliable." Sophia touched her chin thoughtfully. "All right, boss. I have a possibility in mind, but I'm not sure if she would be interested in the job." "Please, I'll give you anything. I need someone to keep my house in order while I work." Sophia's eyes narrowed and she flashed a grin. "Perhaps it's time you got a girlfriend," she taunted, winking flirtatiously. David stuck his finger at the door, but he didn't smile. "Get out. I'm still your boss and I don't need a girlfriend. I've got my hands full for the time being. No, I mean it. Get out." They laughed in unison as she exited. David sat back in his chair, but secretly he asked himself, was there actually a person still alive who could deal with Amelia and Aaron and Woko?